4. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, and that guy who sings that song is telling you the truth. Matt will treat you right, and his guys will treat you right. And how do I know? Because that's where I go for my cars. Oh, by the way, did you get the book? We brought in. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Philip wanted the book though.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'll let him read it.
So there was a news story again. I always give you the latest in technology. This is not about driverless cars. This is about keyless cars.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. Toyota will test a new car sharing system. A car sharing system. I had never heard of this before. That lets users unlock doors and start cars with their smartphones. The smart key box system eliminates the need for a metal key, and Toyota will test the system in San Francisco with the Get Around car sharing service starting in January. Toyota is investing $10 million in the Get Around through a fund it created with a group of venture capital firms. There's a lot of money out there, isn't there?
Yes.
So, I never heard of a car sharing thing before. That sounds like a good idea, though, doesn't it?
It does. Well, I mean, it does and it doesn't.
Yeah?
Because if you need the car and someone else is sharing it,
Yeah.
I don't know. So what you're saying is that the key is going to be basically on your smartphone.
That's what they say, yeah.
So like if like at the airport, I know some pilots, and a lot of airports, like small airports like the Ocala airport, when people fly in, they don't necessarily live around this area, but there's cars, like other pilots will have cars there, and if you're a pilot and you come in, you need a car, you just kind of...
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of lend each other's vehicles and stuff.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. Maybe it's something like that. Here you are walking down the road and say, oh, I get to drive this car. I can go to the rest of the way to the store, and then, and then, I don't know. How does that work?
I don't know. Are you? I'm guessing you're part of a club. Like you're allowed to drive this car, but you're not.
Right.
Somebody else is not
because you don't pay the weekly fee or like the Uber stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden we've been getting these Uber drivers, and they have to have their cars inspected.
Are you getting it at your garage?
Yeah, we're getting the cars to do
really?
these inspections on for Uber.
Okay, okay.
And so, just all of a sudden, in the last couple of weeks, we've had several people that are going to be, Uber drivers.
Oh,
and
wow.
We need to have, this car going through this process.
Interesting. Well, that's kind of good to know. It means that if you're an Uber passenger, the car has at least been checked so that it's not likely to break down.
Right. It has to go through a series of inspections and stuff. Which is that, and that is good.
I'm surprised that Ocala can support the Uber thing. But I guess we need to get around too.
Yeah. Well, we do a large cab company. We service all. I wouldn't say we service all. Well, we work on all their vehicles. I wouldn't necessarily say we service them because they have their own in-house servicing, but we do a lot of repairs on them.
Right.
And the guy that owns the company said that he's probably a couple years out to where he says we'll probably do something different because it's changing. That whole thing is changing
because of Uber. Is that why it's changing? Oh,
yeah,
really?
It's just changing over.
And car sharing, that's interesting, isn't it? I mean, they have bicycle sharing in some cities. Where did I see this? I saw this in Chattanooga last year when Robin and I went. You could just get a bicycle as long as you paid the sharing fee, and just rent it and then leave it wherever, and then get another one, not the same bicycle. So it would be the same thing with a car,
I guess.
Huh. But your phone. See, now my phone is probably not able to do any of this stuff. I got to get a better phone.
Where's your phone?
Right here.
Let me see it.
Think this phone can do it?
Is it smart?
I don't know if it's smart or not, but
it looks like a smartphone.
Does it really?
Yeah. Can you get on the internet from on that?
Yeah, but it's really horrible.
Oh, you just need to update your phone, Larry, and get with the rest of the world. See?
I know. How much did you pay for your phone?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
I paid $6. I thought I was going to outdo you. You actually paid nothing for your phone?
No. When I'm a Verizon customer. Okay, I've been since the beginning when it was Alltel.
Yeah.
I've had the same phone number for over 20 years. So when I go in there,
That's what I should do.
I just, here, you sign this contract, we'll give you the phone, and we're all good,
So the driver, the smartphone key to your car would eliminate the need for the key. But like, what if your battery is dead on your phone? Then what do you do?
Well, then you got to go plug it in somewhere.
And get it into your car. Like my fob is weird. My fob doesn't work in the morning, but it'll work in the afternoon. And I don't know if it's because of the sun or not. I don't know if the sun.
I don't know. We need to put a new battery in it first.
Maybe it's the car, because that's what sits out in the sun.
It may be, but we can actually test it.
But I like the fact that there's a key just in case.
Yeah, and there's always a just in case, even with a car. Not necessarily if you're sharing it with a bunch of people, but if you owned a car, then there's always an alternative.
So you said you did not get over to the pumpkin.
I did not make it
run?
there. I had to help my daughter, and this weekend, but then at the end, when I was supposed to go help my daughter, then that didn't work out. So I ended up just chilling out for the weekend. I needed to chill out for the weekend.
Did you do Halloween yesterday?
No.
No? Kids don't come to your door?
No, we live in a gated community
Okay.
thing, and actually me and my wife, we were out last night.
Kids came to my door and they said, "How tall are you?" I said, 10 feet tall. I said, 10 feet tall. I said, "Well, I'm standing on the steps." So I think maybe I am at this point. It's kind of cute though, because I've seen these children like when they were little baby. There's one little girl who I remember, she was a tiny little girl and she used to be drawing with chalk on the sidewalk, and now she's like a teenager. It's like, wow, it's amazing how time flies,
Yes.
right? She'll be driving soon.
Yes.
Trying to bring it back to cars.
It just kind of brings us. Yeah, she'll be driving soon.
Do you know-
Go ahead.
I was going to tell you something. I was watching. Oh gosh, I wish I was going to get this, and I just remembered it. I forgot all about it. All right, I was watching an old late night show. I don't even know who the host was, but he had all of the actors from Gilligan's Island on his show. Okay, and when he brings the guy who played the skipper out, and he looks just like the skipper, and he's dressed just like the skipper, Haley or something. I can't remember his name. But anyway, so he says, "So what are you doing now?" And so he brightens up. He says, "Well, I'm selling an additive for your fuel. It's Teflon." And he went into all of this science behind, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's using his appearance as a sales pitch. So, but I remember this, and this was a show in the 1980s. So do you remember a time? Because I remember this. I don't remember the product name, but I remember a pitch that said you put this additive in your gasoline. It's got Teflon in it, and it'll help improve your engine's performance. Do you remember anything like that?
I don't remember the one with the skipper on it, but yes, back in the 80s and stuff, there was all kinds. I got a whole box. This guy bought me a box of these magnets that you put on the fuel line. Okay, and you put one side of the magnet on the fuel line, and you put the other, and then you zip tie it all together. And what happens is, as the fuel goes through the fuel line, it aligns all the molecules so that the molecules are going into your engine nice and straight, and they have all this scientific.
But it sounds believable when they say it. Like right now, I can tell you don't believe it.
No.
Oh, you didn't.
Even if I heard the scientific, all the stuff and goes along with it.
Really?
Well, here it is. This is back in the 80s, right?
Right.
So if this stuff was really that good, where is it?
Well, yes, but I remember, I was sunburn prone, and I still am. When somebody told me there was something you could rub on your skin that would screen out the sun and you wouldn't get sunburn, I said, "Oh, come on. There's nothing like that." And there is.
But right.
So this could have been true too.
And there is. See, that's the whole point. There still is.
Yeah, good point. All right, we'll be right back. If you want to call Matt, you're welcome to do that. The number is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. So this Tuesday, sunshine, some clouds, breezy and warm. High 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Tuesday night, low 66 well inland, 72 along the coast. Wednesday will be warm with clouds and sun, and a shower or two in the morning at the coast. In the afternoon, inland, high 81 to 85. Thursday, clouds and sun with some showers around, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
This is Jeopardy! Here are the categories.
I'll take Mike Scott Plumbing for 1,000, please, Alex.
Answer. Daily double.
I'll wager 5,000.
All right. Here is the clue. PU is the type of this complication.
What is a sewage backup?
Yes, that's right.
It's all fun and games until something happens to you, like a septic system failure or a clogged drain or line, leaving you saying PU. But not to worry, Mike Scott Plumbing is there to get you out of that jeopardy and back on track. And they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. From septic pumping to lawn irrigation to high-efficiency water heaters. At Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Stop by one of the newly renovated showrooms in Hernando or Wildwood, or call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Do you have a gout-ridden toe or bowels that move too slow, creaky knees, or how about an asthmatic wheeze? Then acupuncture is sure to please. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566. That's 352-615-5566.
This is the beat of a normal heart. Now this is the beat of a heart of someone who just snorted or injected or smoked methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-888-8-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-888-8-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America.
What are you doing today?
Here's the clip.
I understand it's something to do with travel, isn't it?
Oh, I have, yes. It's so nice of you to mention it. I have Alan Hale's Quality Leisure and Travel now. I'm very pleased for that, and I also have a product that I'm putting on the market called Nulon, which is a wondrous product. It's a Teflon-based product, and like an additive for a car, but we go steps beyond, so we really don't say we're an additive, but we treat a car. In other words, a Nulon treatment is really rather exciting because it delves into molecular reaction and all that. It dramatically changes the characteristics of an engine.
Yeah, this is
so I'm most pleased about it.
This is something that professors
and you'll all be hearing about it.
Okay, so you could tell that the host was uncomfortable. Like, okay, we didn't expect an ad here, but do you see how the company who made it probably hooked up with a guy people would trust in those years, right?
Right.
And so they convinced him. What did he say his name was? Alan Hale?
Yeah,
Alan
I
Hale?
think so.
So he's the spokesperson. Just like oh gosh, I mean, and he probably doesn't have a clue what he's even talking about.
Right.
He just believes it.
And see, and that stuff, I've been dealing with that stuff my whole career.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's always the air filter that whirlwinds the air as it goes into the intake, or the little impeller that you put in there to Vortec, and all this stuff that all these people come out. And here's the thing: I don't care what they say. What they say doesn't move me. It doesn't matter to me. Prove it. And don't prove it. Don't give me a bunch of forms and a bunch of information. Show it. I need to see it. I want to see it. Like those little boxes I came in and we gave one away last Christmas. You remember the little jump box?
Yes.
Okay. I looked at that and I said,
"Those work.
No way. There's no." I looked at that and said, "There's no way."
That's a great example. Yes.
Okay. I said, well, come with me, and we went down to the salvage yard over at After Hour Salvage Yard, and I told Tim, the guy that that owns it, I said, listen, we're going to go out in the yard and I'm going to try something. I'm not going to take none. I'm just going to try. Go ahead. And I went out there with a car that's been sitting out there for a month and a half, and went out there and took this little jump box that the car didn't even have a battery in it, and it started it up.
Oh wow!
I said, okay, now you impressed me, kind of thing. And then so I bought one, and before I would ever sell it to any of our customers, before I'd market it or whatever, I bought one. I paid the money. I bought it for myself, and I said, well, I'm going to use this thing.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought that up again, by the way, because that's something I want to get for my son and myself. Because that's a really good thing to have. All right, you do have a phone call. And good morning, you're on the air with Matt. Thank you for waiting, by the way.
Yes. Good morning. Over the years, there have been any different number of variations of this miracle carburetor that would get a marked increase in fuel mileage. During World War II, there was severe gas rationing. You could only get 3 gallons a week or a day or something. I forget what the number was, but it was some pathetically low number of gallons of gasoline. And my grandfather actually had one of these carburetors made from a blueprint, and the signature feature of the carburetor is it had no acceleration pump. I mean, you couldn't beat a bicycle off the line out of a stoplight. But the wartime speed limit was 35 miles an hour, so it sort of didn't matter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it did stretch the fuel mileage, basically, by eliminating any kind of a quick acceleration.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. Wow, that's interesting.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you. Appreciate that. The Elon Musk company, the Tesla company, they're putting solar cells on top of cars now, so their batteries will be charged without stopping. Wonder what that's going to be like. How are we going to pay for the roads if there's no gas tax?
That's always been in alternative fuels. We'll just call it as it is. It's an alternative fuel, whether it's electric, whether it's CNG, whether it's propane. It's all alternative fuels, and that's one of the battles within our government. Is why is it? Everybody that drives a gasoline burning car has to pay tax, or diesel engine has to pay a tax. But if you use propane, CNG, or electric or whatever, an alternative fuel, then they're not taxed.
So you don't pay a tax. I see, right.
And that's a battle.
And that's why I don't understand when you go to a rest area, sometimes they will have spaces closer to the entrance reserved for people with hybrid cars or electric cars.
Right.
The people who are paying for the roads and for the service plazas.
Right, they got to park out.
They got to park farther away. Right. That doesn't make any sense, right? It's a political issue for me. But they're not thinking.
But see, like what he was talking about, this special carburetor that allowed fuel to go. That to me makes sense. I can see that. I can see that to where it's going to be effective. I can see where that's going to work. It's something mechanical. They take and in our government in 1980, it was 1980 and a half. Cars built in 1980. There's the first generation, second generation of 1980 cars. First generation were just carbureted engines, just like they've always been.
Right.
And the second generation, they had the first onboard computers. And then in I think it was 1982, that's when the federal government stepped in and said, okay, guys, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to achieve this fuel economy. We're going to do that. We're going to achieve these federal emissions. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it across the board. Everybody's going to have to do it. And that's what really started this whole thing of the way cars are running today. Mm-hmm. And the average fuel economy in 1978 might have been 18 miles to the gallon. In 1982, it went from 18 miles to the gallon to 22 and a half miles to the gallon, just by the technology that they came out with in the early 80s. And today, some of these cars it is crazy. The horsepower, the power, and the performance we're getting out of 6-cylinder engines that get 20 miles to the gallon. You know, it's great,
yeah.
but it's not something. It's not a pill that you pop in your car's gas tank and it transforms into this thing.
Right.
You know, it's something that technology and you know, it evolved into this.
Are you? Have you ever had a conversation with Don Garlitz?
Yes.
Okay. We had him on the show one time, and I wish you could have been here for that show, because obviously we don't know the real questions to ask a car guy, but you would. You should have him as a guest on your show. But he told us about this carburetor that I don't know if he developed it or he just had him. He had one of them in his museum, but it was supposed to get 100 miles to a gallon also.
And you know what is that carburetor going on? Is it that makes a big difference? You know what is it actually going to be? There's motorcycles right now that you can go buy you can go down a ride now and buy a motorcycle that gets 60 miles at a gallon. You know.
Yeah.
So what is it in reference to? It's all relative. Yeah. I mean, you stop and think about it. Your lawnmower could it go 100 miles to a gallon? You know what I'm saying? So I wish I knew all the details that went along with it.
Yeah. Have you been to his museum by chance?
Oh yeah.
That's cool. I'm not really a car guy, but I like that museum.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember when I was young, they were having a big car show, and they were having a car auction at Gartlett's, and Dan Marino had brought a Corvette that he was going to sell at the auction there, and it wouldn't run. So they called me to come out and take a look at it, and I got it running before the auction. Someone left a key on, burned up the points.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So I got to meet Dan Marino that day, and actually, I've had more interaction with Don Gartlitz's mom than with him.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, she is a really cool person.
Huh, neat. If for those listening, if you've never gone to that museum, it is really a great little museum. And in fact, I was in the Smithsonian with my son when he was little, and we were walking around, and all of a sudden you see Don Garlitz in the Smithsonian, and hey, there's somebody from our town right there. Just his uniform or suit, whatever he wore, and I think his car was there. I don't remember.
I think one of his cars is.
Yeah. How do you do that? How do you become in the Smithsonian? You just do something really amazing.
Well, or you're the best at what you do. And back in the day, Don Garlitz was the best at what he did.
What makes those cars go so fast?
They just have lots and lots and lots and lots of power.
Well, knock on wood, my car is doing pretty good. Knock on wood, Robin's car is doing pretty good. So we went to your shop the other day to bring you the book, and we had no reason to be there other than to bring you the book. It felt good.
Felt good, didn't
No
it?
car needs to be repaired. We're just here to bring a book. So have you learned anything from the book?
To be honest with you, I haven't even had a chance to even look at the book yet. I mean, we've been going pretty. Last week was pretty intense.
I always recommend Sunrise Automotive for your auto repairs. I would also extend that over to Crossroad Auto Sales. They're both at the same place, although there is a second location for Crossroad. That's where I bought the car I now drive, and love it. It's a 2005 Rendezvous. Does it have another name?
A Buick Rendezvous.
Oh my gosh! I want to ask you about a Corvette. Was it the corduroy Corvette? No. Callaway? Oh. Am I ringing a bell at all? Callaway? No, that doesn't ring a bell, huh? Okay. Is that a golf club? Callaway Golf Club?
I've never had a golf club.
Because I think it was the same people who make the golf club. Anyways, the type of a Corvette somebody was telling me about the other day.
And there's all kinds of
They
stuff.
said, ask Matt about it. He'll know. But maybe I'm saying the wrong word. Callahan, maybe? Callahan?
There's all there's all kinds of little names and stuff that went with certain cars, and I'm not that guy. John Duggan is that guy.
Oh yeah. Do you know what I remember as a kid? I remember we had a girl in my class. This is up in New York, 1960s. She said my father won a contest. Oh wow, did he win a lot of money? Yeah, and he gets to name an engine after himself. So, and it's the Wankel engine. Have you ever heard of the Wankel? The Wankel engine?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Well, it's named after this guy who won a contest.
Wow.
According to a story from years and years ago that I remember.
Huh. That's pretty cool to have an engine named after you.
I guess.
But although they don't use it no more.
Oh, they don't?
No.
It's done?
It's done.
Oh, really? There's your music. Matt, what is your phone number?
My phone number is 352-690-1993.
Go see Matt if you have any trouble with your car. He and his guys will be quick, will be honest, will be fair, and you'll be happy. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be right back.
News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. Hillary Clinton saying there is no case here, speaking of the renewed FBI investigation into her staffers' emails.
FBI forensic computer experts have developed a software program with key search terms, what analysts call taglines, and this process of sifting through thousands of records on Anthony Weiner's computer has begun. The warrant will now allow FBI investigators to move beyond the metadata on Weiner's computer, which had positive hits for State Department as well as Clinton server emails, to search the contents of these messages.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Clinton is in Florida today, Donald Trump in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. A crash between a school bus and commuter bus in southwest Baltimore leaves at least 6 people dead, none of them kids.
There were people sitting on the side of the road. There were first responders trying to get what appeared to be a person out of the bus.
That's witness Rashawn Aldridge. Fox News. We report, you decide.
If you really want to protect your vehicle's floor, why would you settle for anything less than the most advanced vehicle floor protection available? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. The main goal when we design, engineer, and manufacture our floor liners is to protect your vehicle's floor, period. We realize you've made quite an investment in your vehicle, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't cut corners, and we don't compromise on quality, ever. We test our custom-fit WeatherTech floor liners to ensure they hold up against anything and everything that falls on them. Dirt, sand, snow, mud, even food and drinks. And our floor liners are made right here in America, with American raw materials and, of course, American workers. So now that you know how passionate we are about protection, just imagine the detail and energy we put into every aspect of our floor liners. Learn more today about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, complete protection, completely American made.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
There's a car accident in this country every 5 seconds.